Hello Waterdown history students. I'm standing at the base of the Clapsons Cut on number 6. Now you've probably driven on this thousands and thousands of times and not realized that this is not a natural feature. This was actually a hole blasted out of the escarpment there to create a ramp that goes all the way south down to the 401 or the QEW, depending on which way you take. And originally, Highway 6, or this intersection right here, your parents will remember this, used to be an intersection and not an overpass. I wanted to take you here to illustrate a major transformation that happens in Canada following the Second World War, and that's the creation of highways. South of here is one of the first highways, major highways created, and that's the QEW, the Queen Elizabeth Way, so it's just over in that direction. And it links Niagara Falls to Toronto, and it's a major economic thoroughfare for products coming from the United States to Toronto. And originally, that highway would have looked like what number 6 looks like up in Flamborough, with intersections and not off-ramps. This proved to be really problematic after the domination of the car comes in following the Second World War. Now the car had been created before this. The first highways are created in 1917, but they become available to middle-class people in large numbers in the 1940s, with a pause during the Second World War, and then especially in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And that's where you get the creation of the 401. The 401's created in 1952, and it runs north of here and connects southern Ontario to Toronto and over to Montreal. The 403, which runs through Hamilton there, and links it to Brantford and then on to Woodstock and Toronto, was created in the 1960s. And what it shows is the complete dominance of the vehicle in our daily lives. The landscape is completely transformed. And if your community is near one of these major transportation thoroughways, like Waterdown is, that's a boom. That's a really good thing for your community. And you see them explode into suburbia or bedroom communities. For those little communities that weren't near one of these major thoroughways, it was a sure sign of death and economic stagnation. Try to imagine what Ontario would have looked like without highways. And it's not that long ago. It's just the Second World War. And look at it now. These ribbons of concrete and cement are like arteries connecting all the major settlements across this province and across the country, and signal the age of the dominance of the car, the automobile. Take care, Waterdown. Next time you're driving down here, take a good look at them. One interesting fact is Clapsons Corners, way up there at the top, it used to be its own little village. And the Clapson family there used to run a hotel. Now your family, your parents and your grandparents might remember, there used to be a great burger place. There used to be a great ice cream shop up there. There used to be a drive-in theater on Parkside Drive, just a little ways beyond here. I'll do a video from there too, because that also signals the domination of the car in our culture. It's a North American thing to get your driver's license, right? When you turn 16, it's a rite of passage for Canadians to get their driver's license. If you go to Europe and you say that, many Europeans will look at you puzzled. They're not as dominated by the vehicle as North Americans are. We used to have trains that ran right across this province. There was a train that stopped in Waterdown 8 times a day with a direct route to Hamilton, to Buffalo, and Toronto. All those train tracks get pulled up and replaced by these thoroughways, because that's kind of the motivation. They want you to get into the car and to get into a world dominated by the car. Take care, Waterdown. We'll talk again soon.